Hey everyone, welcome back to another Dr. Twisted's Toy Time. This has been a very eventful holiday season for deals. Got a bunch of stuff. I feel bad because, I go out Christmas shopping and then I find all kinds of insane deals that I could not pass up. Don't get me wrong, my wife and my child had a very awesome Christmas, but they don't really buy me toys anymore because they don't know what I have, and sometimes they buy me stuff and I already have it, so they just pretty much quit buying me toys. So if I see toys at amazing deals, then I usually pick them up. All right, so let me start off by saying I went to Ross 3 times. We have two different Rosses here in town, and I went to one because I was trying to find something and they didn't have it, but they had something else. And then I went to the other one and they had what I was looking for, plus a couple other things. And then I went back to the other Ross to pick up something for a friend, and I found a couple other things. And I went to Walmart and checked out their clearance and found a couple things. And I went on Amazon. I don't like going on Amazon for stuff, but the deals were just too good, and I found a few things. But I only got one thing from Amazon so far. They still haven't even shipped two of the things, which makes me kind of sad. But I got one thing from Amazon, and then I ordered a couple things off of Target, which I'm not a huge fan of Target either, but if they have stuff I'm looking for, then I usually go ahead and try to get it. But all that stuff was on clearance or Ross's deals anyway. And then I ordered a few things on Mattel Creations. They were having sales, and I wanted a few figures on there. And then I also went to this kind of like a thrifty art supply type place called Arrow Reuse. I know I did a video of them before, but since that last video, they moved to a new location. So we wanted to go and check that out. And I found a few tiny little things there. So let's get on with it, because this is quite a bit of stuff. Alright, first I'm going to show what I got from Mattel Creations. That stuff just came in today, and I'm excited. I took it out of their mailer boxes. I got the Masters of the Universe Stingor, which I love this. I love scorpions, so when I saw this figure, I knew I had to have it in my collection. Here's the back of the card. I love how they got this friendly packaging where you just slide the card out, not damage the card. Makes it much nicer. And this way, if I want to do customs, because I got a couple custom Motu figures, maybe I'll just reuse this packaging because I know I'm going to open these. So very cool. I got Stingor. I got Despera, which I've been wanting her for a long time. It just took me a while to pay for the Mattel Creations subscription price. Why, that's stupid. Why do we have to pay a subscription? But I finally broke down and did it because they had some really good deals on figures. And I got this guy, Voltak. Been wanting him for a while too. So I finally got these guys. These guys were on Christmas sales and they were really, really good prices. So I got those from Mattel Creations. Okay, from Walmart, I found this little plushy Skeletor. He's in the section that they usually have like the cheap holiday items and stuff like that, like dollar items and things. And I was going through and they had him. It's a set of three. It's got He-Man, Skeletor, and Battle Cat. And I picked up Skeletor. because I love Skeletor. I'm thinking about going back and getting the other two, but we'll see. But I at least had to have Skeletor. And then in the clearance area, they had this thing. It was $5. It's like these Zuru Smashers. But it's the Horror House Make a Monster set. And I love this hand. Thinking about maybe just putting like a Mad Ball in it or something after I open it. But you can get either the Frankenstein, like a zombie, a shark dude, or a werewolf. And I thought all of them were pretty neat. So for $5, I grabbed one because I wanted to open it and check it out and see what it is all about. Yeah, $5. What the hell? And then when it rains, it pours. I found another one of these guys. It's like I went there last time and I found one for the, like, whatever it was. I think it was on sale too. But this one was only $3. So I grabbed another one so I could open it. Because I want to keep the other ones on package. But this guy is just so flippin' cool that I wanted to have one to open. Or trade. Who knows. But for $3, I wasn't going to leave this guy behind. Alright. Now let's move on to Target. I went on there. They were having some holiday sales. So I picked up this sketch variant Spike-Ore. It almost looks like a porcupine. And I love the look of it. I've been wanting them for a while, but when they're on sale, it's perfect time to pick them up. Love the card art on the back. So that's awesome. So I want to get him. And then I also picked up the Stranger Things Hordak and Hellfire Man 2-pack. Very cool. I have the Demogorgon Skeletor one, so now I need the He-Man and the Vecna set. And I'll have all three of these. But I couldn't pass up that Hellfire Man. That thing's just so cool. So finally got this set. I'm happy about that. Now the Amazon, they were having some holiday deals. And I didn't pick up this set. So I was like, I wonder if it's just going to go on clearance. And it did. I got the Star Wars Holiday Edition of the Inquisitor and the Duros Bounty Hunter as Dracula and Frankenstein. And I like the bat that it comes with too. And it comes with another little mini dude. So yeah, I like to try to pick up all the Star Wars Halloween editions. So I have the Wookiee, the Stormtrooper, and now these two. So I'm stoked about adding these two into the collection. Very cool. Alright. Now the Arrow reuse. I didn't get any video footage. There wasn't much in the way of toys. Like I said, it's mostly art supplies and things. I did pick up some comic books there. So besides these few little toys, I got a stack of comic books. Which that'll be in a comic book video. But for the toys I found this little vintage sheep. This has to be from the 70s. Berber Toy Andy Company. Just says USA. Doesn't have a date on it. But I know it's got to be from the 70s. I just like these old vintage animal toys. And they also had this snake dragon. These were $1 each. So when I see something cool, I'm going to pick it up. This is my favorite. They had this, I believe this is a Series 4 Z-Bot. And this guy is just amazing looking. I love it. Very cool. As I was doing research on who this guy was, I saw that they have like a black and purple version, I think it is. But this guy is awesome. For $1, I'm not passing up a vintage Z-Bot. Alright, now on to the Ross haul. Alright, the first time I went, I was looking for a figure, which you'll see soon. But I went and I found this guy was out of package. So somebody was opening the packages and trying to see what was in it or whatever. I'm not sure what he is, but I just thought he looked cool. He's got two mouths. Kind of like a dragon. But since he was out of package, I took him up and I asked how much he was. And they're just like $1.49. So I was like, yeah, I'll take him for $1.49. Still in the baggie. I'll open him up. Display him proudly. I like weird creatures. But they also had this Super Cyborg Krang android from Super 7. And this is I mean, it's $95 originally. And he was still $34, but for $34 for something that is super amazing like this, about $100 normally, yeah, I'm gonna pick it up because I love Krang. I have quite a Krang army, and this will go great in my Krang army. The only other one of these I have is the Bats, but he's not the see-through one. He's got the colors, and then you take the plates off and stuff. But I just thought this was really cool. It's got like a mouse in the wheel. It's got the Krang up here, who's also transparent. It's got a, I don't know if you can see that. It's got a mace and like two other hand weapons. Very cool. I don't know, I just love the Krang android body. But for $34, hell yeah. That's like $60 off. I'm super happy with that. Alright, that was the first time I went. And then I went to the other store to see if they had the figure I want, which they did, and they had more. Alright, so I wanted E.T. They had, because the last time I went, I got Elf, and I wanted an E.T. They had the E.T. there, and I wanted to get E.T. to go with my Elf. They also had another version, basically the same version, but the Speak and Spell was smaller, and it came with like a satellite thing, and his chest lit up. I was kind of like torn which one I should get, because the light up chest feature would have been awesome. I just really like this version of him though. He comes with a robe, the big Speak and Spell that actually matches his size. Comes with a candy bar, the plant, and extra hands, it looks like. The other one would have been cool, but this one's awesome as well. So I got that, what I wanted. But then they also had this Sam, who was torn off the card, still in the bubble. All his stuff is there, but the card was missing, so I asked him, I'm like, this doesn't have a card, but it had the price on it. It was $8, but they gave me 30% off. So whatever that was, like $5, somewhere around there. So I needed a Sam figure in my collection. I've been wanting the NECA one, but when I saw this one, I figured I'd try. I love the little extra head. So yeah, I'm happy to finally have a Sam in my collection. They also had the Reaction of Trash, Zombie Trash. I have the Tar Man, but I didn't have Trash, so now I got the glow-in-the-dark version of her, which is super cool. I love it. I'll probably just keep this one on card, because I have the Tar Man on card too, in the glow-in-the-dark version. So these two will display next to each other proudly. Then they also had this Turtles of Grayskull Teela, which I didn't have. And she was off the card as well. Which, it's missing the comic book, but I took it up and I told them that it was missing the comic book, and then it was ripped off the bubble. And then I found... So because it was missing the comic book, they gave me 50% off. Which it was $13, so it was like $6 for an awesome Motu figure that I did not have. And if I find one that I don't have for cheap enough, so I wasn't really planning on getting her, but since she was $6, hell yeah, because I really like the look of her. She comes with some cool weapons and just has a different look. So when I can add a Teela in a different version, then hell yeah, I'm gonna add her for $6. It's a no-brainer. All right, then I went back to the other one. These are all different days, by the way. I'm not just a madman going to all these at one day. I went back to the other one to pick up this guy for my friend. He wanted the Elliot and the ET on the bike, and I said I'd go pick him up for him if he was still there. So when I went, he was there. This is the only thing I was expecting to get. But then, because they had a couple Gargoyles figures, and I was thinking about getting those, but then I carried one of them up to the line to get to the cash register, and then they had a display of more toys, and they put out a couple new things that weren't there before, like this Imperial Praetorian Guard for $8. Hell yeah. I wasn't going to leave that behind, so I put the Gargoyle figure back. But the thing that really threw me for a loop was they had the G.I. Joe Classifieds Snow Serpent on the vintage card back for $9, $8.99. I was like, holy crap. I was not expecting to see him in the actual stores, which I didn't, let alone Ross, for $9. So I grabbed two of them. I was like, oh my god, yeah. Snow Serpent was always one of my favorite G.I. Joes growing up. So when I saw this, it was a no-brainer. I grabbed two. They had three, but that was my money limit. I didn't have anything else until payday. So this is over like a couple weeks previous to Christmas. So don't think these are all just like right one sitting. I'm not a millionaire, but I can't pass up awesome deals, because the secondary market for this stuff, and then after the holidays, it's just going to skyrocket again. So when you see deals, grab them, because they will disappear quick. So that was pretty awesome, I think. I had an awesome time hunting for this stuff, and I found some surprises when I went a few times. So I was super, super happy with this haul, and now I need to find places to put it. So if you're a Patreon subscriber, I'll probably do like an opening video for some of the stuff, and then stay tuned for my little video shorts for opening other toys. But until next time, friends, if you want to subscribe to my Patreon, follow the link below. It's only $1 a month. You don't want to do that, then you can please just subscribe, like, comment on these videos. It really helps out my channel, and I appreciate y'all. So thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, peace.